Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we are going to be making a simple short knicker with an elastic waistband. So if you're interested, keep on watching. I already have my fabric folded into two. The first thing I'm going to do is to come down by 1.5 inches for my elastic casing. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inch and I'm going to rule a straight line across. So if you are using a wide elastic band, you can go down by 2.5 inches, but I'm using the smallest elastic band. That is why I went down by 1.5 inches. So guys, the line I just drew is going to serve as our waistline. So I'm going to measure the distance from my waist to my hip, which is 8 inches. I'm also going to indicate that. So look at where I placed my tape. I placed my tape on my waistline. So I'm going to rule a straight line across. So the length of my pants is going to be 16 inches. After taking the 16 inches, I'm going to rule a straight line across. So what I have left on the base of the pants is 1.5 inch. So I'm going to use that as my hemming allowance. The next line I'm going to take is my crotch line. So a video is going to be displaying on the screen on how to get your crotch line. So there are different methods on how you can get your crotch line, but this is the one I normally use. So the way I placed my tape, whatever I have, I'm going to divide it by 2. So what I had after placing my tape was 24 inches, and I divided it by 2, so I placed 12 inches and I ruled a straight line across. So that line is going to serve as my crotch line. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place my hip circumference divided by 4 on my waistline, on my hip line, and on the crotch line. So guys, what I'm going to do now is to connect the dots on the waistline, on the hip line, and on the crotch line into a straight line. So after doing that, remember this is a free pant. We'll be having elastic band on the waist area, so we don't need to place our waist measurements. On my crotch line, I'm going to measure what I have there, which is 10.5. So I'm going to divide the 10.5 by 4. So I'm doing this to get my crotch extension line. So I folded my tape into 2 like this, and then I'm going to fold it again. Remember, I am dividing the measurements on my crotch line, that is my hip measurement, divided by 4. So after doing that, what I had was 2.25. so I just approximated it and I placed 3 inches for my crotch extension line. So I indicated that what I'm going to do is to use my ruler to connect from my hip line to meet the mark that I just made like this. So if you don't have a ruler, you can use your free hand to create a nice curve just like this. So we've gotten our crotch extension line. So like I said before, we don't need our waist measurement because this is a free pant, so we are going to use the same hip measurement for our waistline. So the fabric that I have left on the base, I'm going to fold it in, and the one that I have on the upper part is going to serve as a casing for our elastic band, and the length of my pants is 16 inches. So after doing that, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to place my tape on my tie line, which is the length of my pants, and I'm going to place my round tie measurement by 2. After doing that, I'm going to, because this is a free pant, I don't want to go inward too much, but if you want to do that, it's totally okay. So I'm going to just connect from the 3 inches, that's my crotch extension line, all the way down. After doing that, guys, we are done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. So guys, I'm done cutting. After cutting, this is what I have. So I have 2 pieces for the front. We'll be using this front piece to cut out the back. So this is my fabric for the back. I've already gone ahead to fold it into two. So I'm going to place the front on it like this, making sure that I have fabric on the crotch area of the back fabric. I hope you understand. Like, the back fabric should be wider than the front. So what I'm going to do next is to extend my crotch extension line from my front piece. So I'm just going to extend it so that the crotch line for the front and the back will be sitting together by the time I'm done cutting. So after extending the line, guys, what I'm going to do is to measure the crotch extension line that I took earlier, which is 3 inches. I'm going to extend the back crotch extension line by 3 inches. I hope you understand. So if you don't understand, just look at what I'm doing. So next thing I'm going to do is to increase the back piece, because the front and the back is not supposed to be the same. The front and the back is not supposed to be the same because we come in different shapes and sizes. So if you're on the bigger side, you can increase it by 3.5 inch. And because I want this pant to be really free, that is why I am increasing mine by 2.5 inches. So you can do 2 inches, you can do 2.5, you can do 3, you can do 3.5. It depends on how big you are. So I'm just going to keep connecting like this. So if you don't understand, just look at what I'm doing. I'm just extending the back by 2.5 inches. That is just all I'm doing, and I'm going to connect to meet the crotch extension line of 3 inches, and then I'm just going to connect from there straight down. So if you want your pant to be penciled on the base, you can just place your thigh measurement divided by 2, but I just want this pant to be free. So after doing that, guys, I'll go ahead and cut. So since we are doing a free hand cutting, don't forget to add your allowance. Don't forget to do that, since we are not drafting on a pattern paper. I already added my allowance to my hip measurement. That is why I did not add any allowance. So I'm going to open it up like this, and I'm going to place the front on each other, right sides facing each other. I'll also do the same thing to the back. I'll go ahead and stitch the crotch area together for both the front and the back. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the crotch area together for both the front and the back. What I'm going to do now is to place them on each other, right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead and sew the sides. So you can see that the back is bigger than the front, which is totally okay. So I'm going to stitch the sides together, and I'm also going to close this crotch area also. After doing that, I'll go ahead and turn the pant inside out. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew, and I've also turned the pant inside out, and this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold in the 1.5 inches that I left as my elastic band casing. So guys, I'm going to fold it. You can see the mark that I already have there. So I'm going to fold once like this, and I'll fold over, making sure that the space that I left is enough for my elastic band to pass through. So when folding, make sure the space you are leaving is enough for your elastic band to pass through. And I'm also going to use the remaining 1.5 inch that I left on the base to also hem the base of my pants. So guys, I've gone ahead to do that, and I left a little bit of opening. It's about 1 inch. That's where I'm going to pass my elastic band through. So guys, in order for the waist area of your pant to fit, you are going to reduce the size of your elastic band. So let's say your waist is 28 inches, so you are going to reduce that by 5 inches. So you are going to cut out an elastic band of 23 inches. Yeah, that's what you are going to do, and it's going to fit perfectly. So that is how I was able to do mine. So yeah, after doing that, I went ahead to close the opening, and I went ahead to give my pants a very good press. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment if you have any question, and I'll see you guys in the next one.